Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Uh, the highlight of this week was the visit of Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Senator Muhammad Ishaq Dar to Beijing, China, where he co-chaired the 5th Pakistan-China Strategic Dialogue with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. He also held meetings with Chinese Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang, Minister for IDCPC, and Minister for Finance. The two sides reached consensus to collectively take measures to safeguard their common interest, promote the socio-economic development of the peoples of the two countries, and work together to promote peace, development, and prosperity in the region. The two sides will enhance exchanges at all levels, deepening experience sharing in state governance, and further enhance cooperation in all areas. The two sides will work together to forge an upgraded version of CPEC by jointly building a growth corridor, a livelihood-enhancing corridor, an innovation corridor, a green corridor, by aligning them with Pakistan's development framework and priorities. Together, we will accelerate progress on major connectivity projects, including upgradation of ML1, the Gwadar Port, realignment of KKH Phase 2, strengthen cooperation in agriculture, industrial parks, mining, and information technology. The two sides underscored the importance of maintaining peace and stability in South Asia and the need for resolution of all outstanding disputes and their opposition to any unilateral action. The Chinese side reiterated its principled position on the Jammu and Kashmir dispute and for its peaceful resolution in accordance with the UN Charter, relevant UN Security Council resolutions, and bilateral agreements. The two sides will also strengthen communication and coordination on the situation in Afghanistan. We call for concerted efforts for the international community to encourage Afghanistan to build an inclusive political framework, adopt moderate policies, pursue good neighborliness, and firmly combat terrorism, including not allowing its territory to be used for terrorist acts. On 15th of May, Pakistan and Latvia held the 6th round of bilateral political consultations in Islamabad. Additional Foreign Secretary Europe, Ambassador Shafkat Ali Khan, and Deputy State Secretary, Political Director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Latvia, co-chaired the talks. The two sides reviewed the wide spectrum of bilateral relations and discussed opportunities for further cooperation, especially in trade and investment, energy, education, parliamentary exchanges, education and technology, and labor mobility. The two sides also explored opportunities for trade and investment, particularly in clean and green energy, climate change, and IT sectors. Additional Foreign Secretary for the UN and OIC, Ambassador Syed Haider Shah, and the US Department of State Coordinator for Counterterrorism, Ambassador Elizabeth Richard, co-chaired the Pakistan-US Counterterrorism Dialogue on 10th of May in Washington, D.C. Discussions focused on collaboration, technical expertise exchanges, investigative assistance, border security, and training of police and responders. The two sides committed to increasing communication and continuing joint efforts to combat violent extremism. Pakistan and the United States recognize that countering ISIS Khorasan and TTP and other terrorist organizations will enhance regional security and serve as a model for cooperation. The 6th round of Pakistan-UK dialogue on arms control and non-proliferation was held in Islamabad on 15th of May. Additional Foreign Secretary, Arms Control and Disarmament, Ambassador Mohammad Kamran Akhtar, led the Pakistan side, while the UK side was led by Director, Defense and International Security at the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office of the United Kingdom. A broad spectrum of topics relating to arms control, disarmament, and non-proliferation came under discussion. The two sides also shared their perspectives on issues concerning global and regional security and new and emerging technologies, including the military use of artificial intelligence and the peaceful applications of nuclear technology. Pakistan supports the historic call by the UN General Assembly made at the 10th Emergency Special Session to admit the State of Palestine to the United Nations as a full member. The resolution determined that the State of Palestine is qualified for membership of the United Nations and recommended the Security Council to consider the matter favorably. The UN General Assembly has thus provided another opportunity to the UN Security Council to lift its objection on Palestine's admission to the United Nations and restore the credibility of the assurances that have been given in support of the two-state solution. The adoption of this resolution is a partial yet vital step towards addressing the historic injustice against the people of Palestine. We sincerely hope that it would facilitate the revival of the peace process to realize the establishment of a viable and contiguous Palestinian state along the 4th June 1967 borders with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital. Earlier this week, the International Day of Families was observed. In that respect, we express our solidarity with the Kashmiri families that remain divided and continue to suffer because of Indian occupation and oppression for the last several decades. The estimated number of widowed women and orphan children exceeds 22,000 and 107,000 respectively. There are thousands of half-widows waiting for the return of their husbands who have been presumably killed by the Indian forces. The plight of families of the victims of enforced disappearances is equally lamentable. The root causes of these disturbing statistics is India's ruthless suppression of the people of IIOJK. India must allow the people of Jammu and Kashmir to freely realize their right to self-determination as enshrined in the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. I have a few announcements. At the invitation of his Kazakh counterpart, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Senator Muhammad Ishaq Dar, will lead the Pakistan delegation to the regular meeting of SCO Council of Foreign Ministers being held from 20th to 21st of May in Astana, Kazakhstan. Senator Dar will also hold bilateral meetings with his counterparts on the sidelines of the CFM meeting. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Turkey will undertake his first bilateral visit to Pakistan from 19th of May to 20th of May. He will hold delegation-level talks with Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Muhammad Ishaq Dar. They will review the state of bilateral cooperation and take stock of preparations for the upcoming 7th session of High-Level Strategic Coordination Council between Pakistan and Turkey. Foreign Minister Fidan will also call on the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the Speaker of National Assembly and Chairman Senate. The visit of Foreign Minister Fidan is part of regular high-level exchanges between the two brotherly countries and would serve to further consolidate bilateral cooperation. And lastly, the Secretary General of SAARC, Muhammad Ghulam Sarwar, will visit Pakistan from 20th to 24th of May. This will be his maiden visit to Pakistan as is customary for a new SAARC Secretary General to pay introductory visits to all member states. The visiting dignitary will call on senior leadership of Pakistan and interact with intelligentsia and business community. He is also scheduled to visit the SAARC bodies based in Islamabad. As a founding member, Pakistan attaches great importance to SAARC and remains committed to the principles and objectives of its charter. I thank you.